Yeah. That was the intro. Intro. Yeah. Show intro right there. Ooh. From Jason Sanders, Satisfaction Guaranteed. Vaporwave. Synth mix. Yeah. Yeah, I know they said the Supergirl trailer dropped. Am I interested in Superman or Supergirl? I think a lot of people are having superhero fatigue, where it's been like too much superheroes, too much Batman and Superman and shit like that, and yeah, too much X-Men, too much everything. Right. That's why those art house movies will always thrive. Like those Sean Baker movies and shit. Though, I mean, I really enjoyed Red Rocket, but yeah, the plague of maybe writers and actors and directors like Sean Baker is that they've been in liberal states too long, maybe New York or some other blue state like California, and then they want to judge Texas as being some backwards place that votes for Trump or something like that. Yeah, I know a lot of directors and writers and screenplay writers. They write Texas as a slow and stupid place. And, I mean, I know why they do that. And then sometimes it's politically motivated, but it's also incorrect. Yeah, like a lot of leftist or liberal writers and directors, they portray Texas as some kind of Trump wasteland or some shit like that. You know? Sometimes I don't even know what they're aiming for. It's like, yeah. Sometimes I watch a movie like Red Rocket, and they'll show Make America Great Again posters. In the most, I guess it's one of the most industrial parts of Texas, is where the movie takes place in Texas City. And it's kind of, you know, well, is it Texas City? Yeah. And sometimes I don't even know what message they're going for. Like, are they trying to say that Trump voters are all white trash, hillbilly, podunk, stupid people? Is that what they're going for? So sometimes I fail to see what the message is. Or that lame-ass movie, Civil War. Yeah, I did watch the whole thing. I was kind of curious. I never really believed that Texas and California would join together to fight the Union or Washington, D.C., though, so. Dick Van Dyke turns 100. He said he gave up 2 things. He turns 100. Knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it. He turns 100 years old this on Saturday, December 13th, 2025. Wow. Born in 1925, seeing 2025. That would be like me being born in 1980 and seeing 2080. I'd be like, whoa, 100 years later. What a trip. So to last 100 years, Dick Van Dyke said that he gave up 2 things. Alcohol and cigarettes. Which was like your typical answer you would hear. If an old man, if you ask an old man, hey, how did you make it to 100? You kind of know what he's going to say. Just automatically. Oh, I gave up drinking and tobacco. It's kind of like a no-brainer. Maybe he says, like Dick Van Dyke and other things, you know, pills and drugs and other kind of shit. Yeah. Because there's lots of shit in the world, you know, besides doo-doo, but there's also drugs. Besides fecal matter and caca. There's also lots of shit, lots of drugs, yeah. Lots of different kind of drugs. A variety of drugs. A whole galaxy of drugs. Entire classifications and schedules of drugs. Drugs. Druggy drugs. Yeah. So, probably didn't do any of that, except just what's prescribed, you know. Whole smorgasbord of drugs. An entire cosmos of drugs. Universe. Yeah. But he didn't say, well, it helps to be a millionaire and have a younger woman, a blonde with big titties. He didn't say, well, it helps to be a multimillionaire and have a hot blonde with big titties. And that wife that he married, that's a really cute blonde with some really big ass tits. It did well. That'll keep a man happy. He like wakes up in the morning. He's like, oh, I'm 100 years old. And he looks over and he's like, oh, I got a blonde with big titties. Oh yeah, I'm a millionaire and I'm famous. That's gotta help. So let's get to step 1. Let's become millionaires. And then we'll work on the blonde with the big titties thing after we. But let's reach step 1 first. You gotta reach step 1 before you go to step 2. So. Yeah, Dick Van Dyke, before my time and during my time. Yeah, it's kind of wild. He was starring in TV before my mother was born. You know, my grandmother. Yeah, I guess he was making entertainment for my grandmother and grandpa and shit. Great-grandpa. Great-grandmother. in those good old days, I guess, those baby boom post World War II, American dream, explosions of babies, and American dreaming to the max. Yeah. And the joy of the Cold War. And then Vietnam. Good times. I guess the difference between then and now is that it's called the Russian Federation, and it used to be called the Soviet Union until it fell in 1991. I think during the Cold War with the Soviet Union, it just seemed like it was... It seemed like people were pissing their pants, like they were really not going to cause world nuclear annihilation. I know they came close 11 seconds to midnight or whatever they say multiple times in the Cold War, but I think everybody was too chicken shit to actually pull the nuclear. The scary part about these times is that you feel that somebody is going to drop a nuke. That's the scary part. Is that people don't seem as like chicken shit they don't seem as Vladimir Putin and the Russian Federation, they don't seem as scared to drop nuclear bombs as the Soviet Union was. Yeah. I guess that's the scary part about these times, is that America's adversaries don't seem to be afraid to drop nuclear bombs, really. I mean, not as afraid as they used to be. Where's the shit spewing fear that they used to have? It seems to be like, it's not totally gone, but it seems to be not as potent as it used to be. mean, I guess it's like. Hear ye, hear ye. Yeah, I know some people say, I know I voted for Trump, and I'm pleased with Trump, but I suppose Trump, ever since I grew up in the 80s, the 1990s, has always been an American icon in some form or another in the 2000s, 2010s. So, it's not altogether unsurprising that he would have become the president eventually and served 2 terms. Thankfully. Yeah, I know that Dick Van Dyke went crazy leftist and talked shit about Trump. I know that. I'm celebrating the man's work, not his political beliefs. So I'm celebrating the man's personal achievement of becoming 100 years old. Now, probably what happens is that these Hollywood liberals, they just kind of go with the flow when they get older. It's probably just, they're so old, they're just like, they're so set that the liberals are the same that they were, you know, like in the 1960s or something, because they're multi-genarians, and they just started to lose it, and they just kind of lock in. And so they just lock into liberal Hollywood, they just lock into their elite cult, and they just kind of do its bidding. They don't snap back, they don't question, they just follow. And that's pretty much, you know, if I do see an old guy complaining about Trump who's famous in liberal arts, you know, a musician or an actor or something like that, I just think, man, they just lost their shit. They're just, I mean, really, they have Trump derangement syndrome to the max. Yeah, it's clinical, psychological, it's bad. But I can like the man's work. You know, I could like Mary Poppins or the Dick Van Dyke Show and kind of respect it. And that the man made this landmark achievement of becoming 100 years old. Don't want to jinx it because it's a few days away. So. God. Mama said knock you out. No, wait, it should be like, this is how it should go, right? Yeah. That's the part that should hit right there. My dogs. Maybe it's the old dog. She can't really see that well. So then Tula wants to play, and she's almost 1 year old. Oh yeah, she turns 1 on Hanukkah. Monday. It's a Jewish Shih Tzu. We really need to soundproof this fucking place. If I had the money. Ooh, that's why I played the Powerball this weekend at Celebration. Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke. What was the music like in the 1960s? It ran from 1961 to 1966. And it was written by Carl Reiner, which is Rob Reiner's dad. And no wonder it's so, Dick Van Dyke would be so libtarded. I mean, look who it is, the Reiners. They're like, fuck Trump, fuck Trump, fuck Trump, like all the time. I mean, I'm sure Carl Reiner's dead, but his son is still alive. Meathead is what they called him on. They called him Meathead on All in the Family, right? He's a meathead today, too, yeah. No, I didn't watch the second Spinal Tap. Not because he hates Trump, but I just didn't watch it. Spinal Tap 2? Is it called The End of Everything? The End of the Beginning or some shit? Or The Beginning... It's called Spinal Tap 2, The Beginning Ends, right? The Beginning Ends. Nice. Yeah. I wish they could make a good Pirates movie. You know what they should? You know what Johnny Depp should do? He should say fuck Disney, and he should just make a movie where he's a pirate, but he's not Jack Sparrow in the Caribbean, and just do the same shit, and just bankroll it, but without Disney, and make that shit like Deadpool. Make it rated R, where he can curse and have titties and make it just fucking crazy and shit. Yeah, that's what he should do. You should make a fucking R-rated pirate movie. With lots of booty. We can only hope. Wasn't it like it was Johnny Depp who said, we have somebody in office that we should take care of, and he's like talking to a big crowd of people, and then like I don't know if the Secret Service came after him because it was a vague threat, right? So I think I don't think he named him. Libtards. They're usually wealthy. They're not always wealthy. You can be a broke libtard, too. but most of the time, these people live in 10 mansions and make multi-million. They have like 5 houses and ridiculous shit like that. So I think didn't Johnny Depp have like 50 houses at one time? Some ridiculous shit, bullshit. He had to start selling them off when it started not to get as much work. Well, it appears that I can't have a house in all 50 states. Ah. And then there's my international properties. Well, it looks like I have to say goodbye to my French Via. I'll miss you. I only stayed there once every 10 years, but that one time, oh. We gotta pour another for Dick Van Dyke. Now, did he seek a new wife? Like he was just kind of like, damn, He's like, well, I'm 85 now. I think my new wife should be a blonde, really pretty, and like with some gigantic tits. Do you think that's he like wrote it out? Like, okay, this is what I want right here. Let me write this down. This is what a man is really after at this age. Hey, what's up? Yeah. No problem. Okay. Yeah. I got shampoo. Huh? No. Yeah. Hey, with the monkey. Hey, I love you too. Huh? Oh, I thought you said, hey, with the monkeys. The monkey. We gotta mix one up for Dick. We'll call it a Dick mix. Oh yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Where the Marquis. All right. Let's mix it up. This one's for Dick Van Dyke. 100 years of planet Earth. Let's do that. Yeah. Get the Bizzler and the Bizzler. All right, let's do them. Yeah. Lots of Bizzle, I think. A lot of Bizzler in the mixer. And the elixir of life. Yeah. Boop. Get a nice fizzler on there. I like these glasses because they're architecturally sound. It's got a great shape to it, you know. It's got the patterns and the little circle, and then it becomes a bigger circle at the top. Cylindrical form. The geomatrix. Oh. The matrix. Dick Van Dyke turns 100, and then next year, America turns 250 years old. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. What I feared is going down. It's the Texas weather is doing roller coaster shit. Yeah, believe it or not, it goes from 32 degrees, and then it goes, by the time Friday or December 21st rolls around, it's going to be, I think, almost 80 degrees or some shit. So you gotta like be cold and cover up your plants and wear the long sleeves and all that stuff. Then you gotta turn around and fucking get back in your shorts again. Yeah, I don't like it. Wish it would just kind of big old Arctic blast would just blast down here and just it would just stay the same for a while. Not too freezing, but like just I like the roller coaster weather to just stabilize for a while. Like maybe a few weeks, maybe a few months, I don't know. Just kind of in a similar pattern. But that's the thing about Texas. There is no stable pattern. You just kind of have to embrace the chaos and the instability of life if you're going to live here. So I heard there were some Washington floods in Washington State. Yeah, I hope those people are all right. I haven't really been paying close attention. Cascadia. They have one little plate up there. It's called Cascadia. It's pretty cool. Plate tectonics. Pentatonics. Liquor and tonic. The tonics. You know what I mean? Wow. Actually, I don't remember all the plates in the world, so my bad. Is there something from geology class I do remember? There are 3 plate frontal boundaries. They're called convergent, divergent, and the third one's called transform. Convergent, divergent, transform. Yeah. I remember that test question. But one time I was guessing in psychology class. The doctor said in Psychology 101, he said, "What is that?" It was part of the brain. And I said, "Axon." Because I watched a lot of Star Trek or something. And he's like, "Right." I didn't really know what that was. Axon. I didn't win anything. He just said, "Correct." So, the synapses of the brain, like the brain structure. Fascinating. Neurons, axons, electrons, synapses flowing in the cortex. So it was said that the human being stopped being an ape or a primate when it developed the neofrontal cortex, the neocortex, the frontal lobe. Yeah. Do I believe in evolutionary psychology and biology? Well, you don't have to believe it if you don't want to. You can be like Ridley Scott and believe in the engineer aliens. You could be like Tom Cruise and believe in Lord Xenu. You could believe in the 5 major world religions: Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism. Yeah, you can believe that stuff too. Sure. Or you believe in nothing, that we're just animal apes, evolved. That came out of the Mesopotamia, or ancient, from the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers into Africa and into Europe and Asia thousands of years ago. I know they found an ancient skull in Africa. And then they used to say, "Remember when we were in Africa?" Like Jim Morrison. "Remember when we were in Africa?" That used to be deep. "Remember when we were African?" No, that's not exactly true, because they found human skulls dated much earlier in the Tigris and Euphrates, in the cradle of civilization. So this kind of added. This was a liberal thing that we came from Africa. So they're like in racism against black people or something like that. But that's not true. It was just a liberal spin, on the ancient skull that was found. What was it, Lucy? Do I believe that there's an ancient structure underneath the ancient pyramids? Scott Adams says it's bullshit. A lot of people want to believe it because we like Stargate. But I don't know. Until they have evidence, until they take a journey down there and find the ancient alien structures beneath the pyramids, unless they, show some evidence, then it's just remains bullshit. So, like aliens in Antarctica still remain. I mean, until someone goes in there with proof and discovers something, takes a team down there into the catacombs, into the depths of the ancient Egyptian pyramids, well, then I'm going to call National Lampoon's Animal House bullshit. Yeah. That was a really great scene. I didn't really see Animal House. It was before my time, since I was born in 1980. But then I was kind of wondering why everybody sometimes would go, bullshit. And then finally, I saw it what was it, a few years ago. I probably saw it in bits and pieces when I was growing up. But I actually decided to watch the entire thing from start to finish with John Belushi and so on. And they had the scene where they're discussing, the rules of the different chapters of the different Greek houses and all that. Phi Kappa Delta, whatever the fuck. And then the guys are like, bullshit! And I said, oh, that's where they got that from, huh? Yeah, it was a great part with it. Bullshit! Under their breath. Classic cinema, wasn't it? Classic. In my high school, we weren't united enough to say bullshit together in response to authority figures or bullshit in our school. But we did get together enough to sing from Austin, Texas. I forgot the composer who wrote the Chili's Baby Back Ribs song. So we did collaborate to a certain extent. And we did, it was... I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby. So some guys did that. I want my baby back, baby back, baby. And then some guys would go, Chili's baby back ribs. Chili's baby back ribs. Chili's baby back ribs. Chili's baby back ribs. And then the guy with the really deep voice would go, with barbecue sauce. And, we did do that. We did a lot of learning in high school. Really hard work preparing for our future. And I'm proud of it, even to this day. The Klein High School. Man, what a high school that was. Yeah, is still today. Yeah, I went to Sheldon Cooper's school for a while. Just 1 year, and then I transferred to Klein. So it was Jim Parsons, Klein Oak High School. So I went there for like a year. I know, I found that it's... I find that there's some people that are really dedicated to their religion and they go to church and they wear the cross and they get really into it. They get really into Jesus Christ and stuff like that, Muhammad and so on. But man, isn't there a lot of half-ass religious people, that are kind of like, they go to church after they get cancer and stuff like that. It's like, kind of like, yeah. Somebody gets real religious, when shit happens. Yeah. I don't really... half-ass, religious devotees. Half-assedness. I mean, it's just, in general, it's not impressive. Half-assedness. So if you're dedicated to your religion and to your God, then, man, be dedicated. Go all the way. Get the cross, get the beard, get the fucking tats. I mean, just do it. Go to it all the time. I mean, get the word going. I mean, get into it. You know what I'm saying? But man, all these people that are just half-assed, you just think, how does this religion even fucking continue, man? It's half-ass. Yeah. It's half-ass. Fucking. Are you fucking serious? So, to each their own, but I'm just saying, like, yeah. Even the hardcore devotees seem like full of shit to me. In all reality. Don't mean to sound like George Carlin, but man, it's the truth. Yeah, I mean, in the Bible, there's always these miracles going on and stuff like that. It's kind of like, yeah. So why did the miracles stop? They just had all this celestial power and they just took a nap or something? This just doesn't really add up, does it? No. But whatever helps Mel Gibson feel good at night, you know what I mean? That's all I'm about. Yeah, are they coming out? Is the resurrection coming out this Easter? Really? There's the Passion of the Christ, and then they're gonna make that resurrection dollar. Yeah, that resurrection money. You thought dying on the cross was cash flow. Oh, man, with that resurrection. All right, so for Dick Van Dyke's his 100th birthday, what's my Powerball number for that? Well, that's December 13th, so I'm going to do Lucky 13 to celebrate Dick Van Dyke. What's the kind of music for the Dick Van Dyke show? What do you think it was like? Or something, it's something. Some kind of, those old shows that would have that big band fucking shit going on. Yeah, that's tight. I bet it was. Yeah, the old school shit. Yeah. People were classy back then, right? Man, people were so fucking classy. I look at old pictures of my grandma and my grandpa and from the 1960s and stuff, and it's like, you see them at a party and they got all their glassware out. They're having a social, and it just looks so much fun. Smoking a cigarette, got the ashtray, and just people having a good time. So they got their style going on, and the women with their dresses, and the men got their suits, and you know what I mean. Like everybody looks fucking classy. Like they give a shit. I love looking at those old photographs, right? Because everybody looks like they give a shit. Everybody looks like they're fucking classy for the most part. Yeah. The old days, huh? Look at those old pictures. Well, I'm a t-shirt guy. So I'm not a suit. I'm not a business kind of guy. So like, I don't know, maybe most of my family members were like accountants and businessmen. It just looked kind of boring. Yeah, it just kind of seemed boring to me. Just bean counting all the time. It's just fucking boring to me. It's actually the most boring thing that I could probably think of. just counting beans every day, counting like a squirrel counting its nuts every day. It's just so fucking boring. And like an IRS agent or something. It's just it's beyond boring. Yeah. Yeah. No, I worked like retail, since I worked at a movie theater, and I picked a movie theater because I knew it wouldn't be boring. So that's why I picked it in high school. No, I didn't pick it because it would be great for a future career or something, or it'd be a great education or anything like that. I picked movie theater as my first job because I was like, hey, okay, I can make money while being in kind of like a fun environment. So that's why I did it. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to work somewhere. I had already worked at a grocery store, and I got laid off when I was 17, and I had my first layoff. And I was like, well, I put everything into this job, and they just kind of took a shit on me. And it's like, oh, well, I guess it's welcome to the real world, kid. So that's what it is. Welcome to the real world. Give it your all, work your hardest, and life still takes a big donkey dump on your ass. Great. That's fantastic. So, that was my first job at 17 in high school, was at the Rice Epicurean Markets. And I got laid off, and I remember my stepdad picked me up from the job, and I was like, I got laid off. And he's like, well, it's life. And I was like, well, that's not going to be acceptable, brother. You know what I'm saying? So the next job, I was like, well, that job kind of sucked. At the grocery store, it was like fat people and their kids, and it was fucking retail, man. It was just, and you could tell that when I was 17, and there was the older guys, I thought, oh man, these guys are going to be cool, in their 30s and 40s. Those are some of the most miserable motherfuckers you could ever imagine. There's some guy who looks like they want to commit fucking suicide because they've ended up at the fucking grocery store. So I'm 17, everybody's going to be cool, right? Everybody's going to be happy at, hey, we're in life, right? We're working at this place. It's like, oh no, oh fucking no. Oh no, that's naive to think that. And I had this one boss that digging into me. He was like, hey, what are you doing? He's chain smoked fucking 40 cigarettes. And he's like, hey, Wheeler, what you gotta do is clean up the fucking shit. And I remember, I remember I was trying to get off because my friend wanted us to go to a concert. And, I was 17. I was ready to go to concerts and stuff. And he had this hot Dutch sister, like Charlize Theron. She was Dutch, like South African Dutch or European Dutch, like Denmark. She was tall, blonde, and had the fucking sandy blonde hair and shit. And I was fucking ready to go party. You know what I mean? Because I was ready to stop stocking up fucking candy and stuff. And I remember the boss was like, well, you gotta do this. You can't clock out till you stock all this. And then I remember my friend and his sister were waiting, and I was like, oh shit. He kept making me fucking stock this shit, this asshole. And I was like, man, fuck this guy. And finally I got out of there. I had to tell my friend, fuck, this guy just kept adding more shit on the end of my shift, man. So I had a bad taste in my mouth with grocery stores. I didn't want to apply to a grocery store ever again after that, man, because it blew ass. And I remember how rude the customers were. Sometimes there'd be ladies so fucking fat in there with their kids, and they'd be so fucking fat. The ladies so fucking fat and rude and shit. When I was a sacker and stalker and all that, man, I remember how rude motherfuckers were, and it just pissed me off. And fat motherfuckers with their fucking fat motherfucking kids, fucking God, it was awful. So I didn't want to apply to a grocery store for a long time because I was pissed. And Uh-oh. So then, so I got laid off from that job, and then I was like, okay. So my stepdad was like, if you want this like Honda, you're gonna have to work for it. And it was like the end of like school. And I was like, well, maybe if I get a car, I'll get some pussy or something. So then I was like, but I don't want the next job to be like blow ass. So what am I gonna do? So I was like, oh, okay. Well, there's an AMC theater. I was like, that job might not blow ass. Why not apply for that? So before I turned 18, I went and got a job at AMC movie theaters, and I was like, all right, this is gonna be fun, right? It's like it's gonna be a lot because there's some horrible memories from that grocery store, and that was an awful, awful time. It's like the kind of job you look. They had clocks back then, you know, not just like in the phone, but they had like an old clock with a like that, like this over here. And I remember like sacking groceries and like the time and looking at the clock and just being like, I can't wait till I fucking get to go home. Oh my god, this job blows ass. Oh. So I was like, okay, movie theaters. All right. It kind of sucked. But I was like, well, you get to see free movies if you work there. And, you know, they could, you know, at the movies, there's going to be hot employees, hot girls, and there's going to be hot girl customers. And there's going to be sexy women coming in there. And you get free movies. So I was like, well, I like this. I thought about working at Hollywood Video. I thought about working at Suncoast. I thought about working at Blockbuster Video. But I was like, looks a little bit too drab in there. Looks kind of drab. You know, it really looks drab. Like kind of boring. Drab. The whole... I mean, it's not that the movies, the movie rental business, it looked drab. That the movies were boring. It's just the environment looked stale. It looked like a movie library. You know what I mean? Like a movie library that's real boring. It's drab. It's stale kind of environment. Yeah, they hired hot girls at Blockbuster Video and Suncoast and Hollywood, but not as much. And criminals used to knock off video stores too. They'd come in the morning and rob the manager and like shoot him in the head and take their fucking bank drop and shit like that. So I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm not saying they never attack niggas at, you know, Hollywood video. At movie theaters, but I was like, it is more like safety in numbers at movie theaters, so that's why I was like, okay. And they got more cops and security that go to the movie theaters, usually speaking. So it's funny, people tell me about retail horror stories because I'm like, oh man, so I pretty much did like retail like from, you know, I guess 17 to like I was like 37 or 38. And then I kind of there was one day I was just like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like it was just like the breaking point. Yeah. It was just like, oh, I got to do something else. Like this is... So usually at a retail job, I could last like max 5 years. Sometimes I was trying to go 10. I was trying to go through the suffering and the slavery. I was trying to go through the economic slavery for like 5 to 10 years. And then I was like, I don't know if I can make it to that 10th year. Like I know I can usually make it to that 4th or 5th. By the time it gets to that 10th year, you know, it becomes a prison sentence at that point. And so I'm either looking for a prison sentence or a retirement plan at this point, you know. So it's like either prison sentence, retirement, 401k, I don't know, like health insurance or prison or Well, I guess Aaron Eckhart from The Dark Knight said it best. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So. I finally saw, I didn't see The Machinist. I saw The Illusionist. I went and saw that at the theaters directly. I really liked The Illusionist. But I didn't go see The Machinist, but I just watched that like a few years ago, and I was like, man, that movie's a fucking mind trip. I guess that's one of the greatest movies to watch at night is like The Machinist. Or, but if you want to go to sleep at night, the movie you should put on is The Fifth Estate. Because a movie about getting Hillary Clinton's emails and the Pentagon cables should be more exciting by a hacktivist, Julian Assange. And that is like one of the most boring movies of all time. I guess that's the trick, isn't it? Like if you want to make a suspenseful and exciting movie about hacktivists and about whistleblowers, it's got to be a little bit jazzier. Yeah. And that movie just happens to be so boring. They make one of the most boring movies about a tech bro you could ever imagine. And at least if you watch a movie about Mark Zuckerberg, Mark and the Beast Zuckerberg, or you watch a movie about Bill Gates of hell fucking over Gary Kildall, at least there's some exciting thing. You know, there's a ruthless antagonist, power hungry villain. Like it's exciting. But you would think that The Fifth Estate would be really exciting, but it's very boring. Yeah, it's very stale. And that's why it's the perfect movie to go to sleep to, because it's just flat. A movie that I kept watching over and over though was Tom Cruise's Emily Blunt's. I'd smoke that blunt. Oh my god, that woman is so hot. But the movie called the science fiction movie Edge of Tomorrow. Oh man, that's fucking one of the best. I've watched a lot of time loop movies, but that movie is just fucking. Yeah, they've had a lot of great time loop Star Trek episodes, but that movie is just fucking perfect. And I could watch that again and again and again and again and again. I like movie time late at night. I don't watch. I don't turn up the music because or the sound because I'm trying to go to sleep. It's late at night, and I flip through the movies on cable, and I see the one that I haven't seen. I look at it and see what the rating is, and check it out. And yeah, I like to watch those late night movies. It's pretty fun. It's exciting. I think they play Beau is Afraid a little bit too much. I don't hate that movie, but it's not that great. So. Oh. what movie comes on and never turn off? I guess it's hard to turn off The Dark Knight. Yeah. What movie do I go, oh my God, this is on again, and I don't change it? Yeah. I don't think that cinema and art has to be dead. I don't really think it has to be dead. I really don't think because of AI and CGI. I don't think that it, because technology evolves, that art and cinema and theater have to be dead. I don't think they have to die. I don't think that music has to die because technology evolves. But it does have to grow and change. It does have to live up to a standard. It does have to exceed expectations. It does have to keep pushing the envelope, I think. So yeah, I saw Swingers the other night. Was it the first time I saw it? I feel like I saw it like back in the day when I was 15 or something, but then I didn't watch it until 30 years later. And actually, it was by Jon Favreau. I thought it was a brilliant movie. Yeah, I really liked Swingers, not just because Heather Graham is hot, and that's why a lot of people watch stuff that Heather Graham is in. But actually, I love Vince Vaughn's performance. Because there's always that guy, like in 40-Year-Old Virgin, who's like, oh yeah, I know everything. I know everything about women. I know everything about life. There's always that guy. And I think Vince Vaughn plays that guy who knows everything, like just so perfectly, who gets laid on his ass. And the guy that was searching, the guy that was struggling was really like the genius. Because I thought Swingers was a charming movie because it has answering machines and there's no cell phones and there's like barely an internet. So I think it's really raw, visceral type movie. And so I do enjoy Swingers because it's on a raw, visceral type level. And I love the whole idea they're using the answer machine as like a motif for his... yeah, I know it's kind of cliche. A guy has a bad breakup and then he has to find how to love again and all that shit. And but this one is particularly well played. So I used the unlucky number 13 to try to win the Powerball this Saturday. It is Dick Van Dyke's 100th birthday after all. 100 years around the sun on planet Earth. What a thing. I don't know, that when I was a kid, I just thought, oh, light and dark. Oh, this is so fun. The moon and the stars. But now, honestly, I'm terrified by this idea that I'm on a planet. Like now I'm terrified that I'm illuminated by a star for a certain period of time. Now I think about it, like, oh shit, yeah. When you're younger, you're just like, oh, things are the way they are because that's the way they are. But when you get older, you're like, oh shit, this is, yeah. It's a little bit more shit stopping if you really think about it. Like I'm on an ancient planet that's 4.6 billion years old. And in a universe of 2 trillion galaxies at least, and yeah, this is kind of a mess. This is kind of overwhelming for me. if I think about it too much, right? If I think about all the little facts and details and I obsess over them, then I'm going to have anxiety because that's what, like, usually you should be scared of shit like that. The reason why people aren't having more anxiety and freaking out all the time is because we're supposedly evolved and acclimated and we're used to it. Yeah, all right. So it's time to get a beer because I think the liquor's running low. Poker in the front and liquor in the back. Ooh, time for an adventure. Ooh. Hey, I got one for you. A skeleton walks into a bar and he orders a beer and a mop. Ha ha ha. A guy walks into the inn and he says, "What goes on in this establishment? What can I get?" "Poker in the front, liquor in the back." Ooh. You like these old jokes? Oh, they're good. I kind of do. They're very cheesy. They're very silly, but man, these are some good ones. These are some fucking classics. I had to take a piss. Oh. All right, piss conclude. Yo, hey, what's up? What's up, dog? What's up, dog? Hey, Bella Boo. It's all good. We heading out. I'll be back. Yo.
Anyway, and then they had two twin boys. But anyway, Leah walked her for she was fundamentally
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Getting a little bit nippier. Yeah. Yeah, my mother's was talking to somebody trying to bring up the sore subject of my aunt's inheritance from Papa, our grandfather, because like he was a guy who was very good at business and finance, and a lot of his money went missing because his wife, that my step grandmother, was probably funneling money to her kids, and so that when my grandfather died, and when she died, that her kids would get more of the cut, and so she lived a lot longer than my papa. So that's what that's what my aunts were pissed about. This, they suspect that money was stolen from their inheritance. Let's get
Back again, it's no good, man. Yes, sir, that's it. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.
Hey, how's it going?
This is $8.
Oh, okay.
Robin, 89.
Okay. Thank you. Good night, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Night.
So this one guy that was my step grandmother's son had 5 fucking kids. And you know, like, I mean, if you have 5 kids, that shit costs what, $1 million each? So basically what happened was that my side of the family thought that my step grandmother was funneling money to her son and daughter and all their kids. Well, they didn't have to worry about Lori because she was a lesbian. She didn't have any kids, but her son had 5 fucking kids, and they all had to pay for college. So, and all that stuff. So we think we got, or my mother and her sisters think they got gypped by Angie, because she unfortunately lived longer. Women typically live longer than men. You know, not always, but often. And unfortunately, she lived way longer and was siphoning away money and maybe even gold, stuff like that, to her son and her direct relatives, to make sure that my side of the family could get very little by the time they were both dead. Hey, who was that? Ronnie?
Oh, I called him.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. How's he doing?
Oh, he's doing good.
Oh, that's good. Woo, love you. Ha ha ha.
Dr. Savannah had already told him about mom.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh. Oh. Time to take a dump. Do up. Poo poo.